Maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Come up to the glass once you're ready for me to begin.
Are they still chasing me?
I'm going back once we start.
Oh my god, they are still chasing me. I don't think they're gonna get to me though. Alright. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but the little sisters are somehow doing something.
You would rip my only daughter from her home and family and feed her to a world without hope. Though Utopia may die with her, I would sooner see us fall.
Fucking
Goodbye,
psychopath.
Mother will be waiting for you.
Here they come, Father. Hold them off until I can bring it to a boil.
Okay, this is it. This is the final stand. No, I don't want to use telekinesis. Fuck. I don't want to use telekinesis. I want to use this. So, there's nothing else left after this, so fuck it.
Nearly boiling.
I want to say at the end there's like 5 brute splicers you fight at the same time, and once those are dead, it's done for. Yeah, they have crazy good accuracy on hard mode. This is insane.
It's boiling. I can help you fight back now. Use the plasmid.
Okay. Okay, so come on, come on, come on. Fuck. It almost doesn't matter at this point, because I can just Vita Chamber my way back. Because I took care of that on the lowest difficulty. Or not the lowest difficulty, normal mode. Oh, there's another one of these fucking things. What am I gonna use? I'm a big daddy, why not? Fucking hell. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do about that. Is it fucking stuck?
I've done it, Father. The ballast water is gone.
Oh shit.
Release the docking mechanism. The elevator to the lifeboat is flooded, Father.
Oh!
We've
Oh.
done it, Father.
Oh, man.
Get to the elevator.
Oh. Okay. Alright, so that's the last thing you have to do. Everything else is more or less a cutscene. There's no more combat. Sup, girl?
The bomb, Father. We're falling. Run.
This is actually a cutscene. Oh, I'm gonna let this charge. We escaped from Rapture. We're leaving forever. And I'm kind of curious to see... Oh, man. Is my camera fucked up that whole time? And I'm kind of curious to see what the outcome is. So either she lets Sophia Lamb live or she lets her die based on my actions throughout the game. I killed 2 of the 3 dudes, but I didn't kill any little sisters. So we're going to see what she does.
You taught me that evil is just a word. Under the skin, it's simple pain. For you, mercy was victory. You sacrificed. You endured. And when given the chance...
Oh no. She's going to let her live.
Always. Mother believed this world was irredeemable. But she was wrong.
Ah, she let her live. She let Sophia Lamb live.
You and I, and in forgiving, we left the door open for her.
I should have been harvesting them. I couldn't bring myself to kill little sister.
The raptured dream
Against
is
all
over,
odds.
but in waking, I am reborn. This world is not ready.
Platinum
for me,
trophy.
yet here I am. It would be so easy to misjudge them. You are my conscience, Father, and I need you to guide me.
It's not the hardest platinum trophy in the world, because you can use Vita Chambers on the hardest difficulty. I used them like 3 or 4 times on the final section. These are the same ending I got
Always be with
on
me,
my first
Father.
playthrough.
Your memories, your drives.
There's like 8 different endings or
When
something.
I need you, you'll be there on my shoulder, whispering.
7.5 hours. But she doesn't need it anymore.
If utopia is not a place, but a people, then we must choose carefully, for the world is about to change. And in our story, Rapture was just the beginning.
Thoughts about hard mode. Holy shit. It's not as hard as Bioshock 1 on Survivor. Because to platinum that game, you had to do it without using a Vita chamber. So you had to save and reload, save and reload. Oh, thank you, Tide. But in this game, it's a different, because you can't go back. So you really have to think about how much Atom you're going to need to get through the latter sections of the game. And you really have to think about what you're going to spend your Atom on and what your playstyle is going to be. Because if you don't, you're going to get to a certain point where you're probably just not going to be able to win. You can't just use Vita Chambers forever like Bioshock 1, because every time you use a Vita Chamber, the enemy heals itself. So I could see a scenario where that 2 Big Sister boss fight goes so bad. Because you end up with no ammo, and all you have left is your drill to throw around. And the Little Sisters are constantly gaining health every time. I could see how bad it could get. On the other hand, you don't really die because of the Vita Chambers. And if you wanted to, you could, as long as you smack them a couple times to offset their regeneration, you could play the whole game melee. I mean, that wouldn't be a very fun game, but you could. I really like the gameplay of the first couple of levels, but it kind of falls apart towards the end, I think. It becomes way too much of an action set piece. I mean, Bioshock 1 ended with a pretty bombastic boss fight, so I guess it's kind of in theme with the structure of a Bioshock game. But second time through, I still cannot stand Sophia Lamb. I think she's a horrible character. She's so bad. And the fact that I can't kill her is such a cock tease. Like, the fact that I have to kill little sisters and kill people that I think don't deserve to die just so Sophia Lamb can die is such horseshit. I let Grace Holloway live. I didn't think she deserved to die. I killed Stanley and I killed Gil. More out of mercy. And she let Sophia Lamb live. And that's horseshit. I mean, it doesn't matter because she's not in the final cutscene. It's such a vague, like, this is a character that talks to you the entire game. She just doesn't shut up. She probably talks to you more than Handsome Jack talks to you. Like, the fact that you can't kill her, and that her death and or life or redemption is like such an afterthought in the game. It blows my mind. The entire game, from the first 5 minutes, she is talking to you and telling you you're a piece of shit. Like, she's this constant thorn in your side. And then at the end, it's like, oh, well, because you saved the little sisters, and because you didn't kill Grace Holloway, she lives. And it's like, fuck that. That bitch deserved to die, you know? And I don't want to kill little sisters just so I know that she's going to die. Because also, if you act like a reprehensible, you know, human being, Eleanor is that way too. And I think there's like bad endings where Eleanor like kills you and tries to like take over the world. I don't want that either. I just want to kill Sophia Lamb. Like, it's like, what if you played through Borderlands 2? And I don't know if any of y'all play Borderlands 2. But in Borderlands 2, a very similar thing happens where Handsome Jack is talking to you throughout the whole game and like fucking with you and talking about what a piece of shit you are and talking about what a baby killer you are and just saying awful things and doing horrible things to you. But at the end of the game, you kill him, like you murder him, and it's pretty theatrical to say the least. But it's like, you know, it's built. The whole game is building towards that moment where you like pull the trigger and you get your revenge or whatever. And it's like this whole game is building towards something, a kind of confrontation with Sophia Lamb, or building towards some kind of like justice. And it's like a tiny little cutscene. It's like a super short cutscene, maybe like 30 seconds long, of her either dying or her living. And it's like, what the hell? Like, what's the point of this game then? You know? Andrew Ryan gets one of the best death cutscenes in gaming. Like, the scene where you confront Andrew Ryan in Bioshock 1 is one of the most impactful cutscenes in all of video games. Like, it's just how it is. And Sophia Lamb's cutscene is awful. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Frankly, I think I like this game less on the second playthrough than I did on the first. I don't know. It's not engaging like Bioshock 1 was. I had a blast with Bioshock 1 on my second playthrough. And I don't mind playing through it again for remastered. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Bioshock 2, it's just it's all building towards this like nothing. Like it's building towards nothing. Like the story doesn't really go anywhere. That being said, the gameplay is on point. It's still fun. Probably not as fun as it was on normal mode because you're pretty limited in your loadout and resources and money. It's still fun to like take on all these big daddies and I think the shooting is a lot tighter. Overall, it's a much better. It's a more tighter game in terms of like the gameplay and the shooting. Um, Possibly to the detriment of the stealth sections, or the different ways you could approach a battle. Um, the big sisters, holy shit! The big sisters must have like triple their health on hard mode. Like it's insane. I hit him with an RPG and it does like a centimeter of damage to him, and it's like you can't be serious, you know. I bust out the armor piercing machine gun ammo, and it's decent, but you never really have too much of it. What game's next? It's gonna be So the plan was Bioshock 1 remastered, either Bioshock 1 remastered or Bioshock Infinite. I already have the platinum for Bioshock Infinite on PS3 and PS4, but the people that have been watching me have been watching me play Bioshock for like 2 weeks now, and it would probably be a bit of blue balls to not have Infinite in there. And I will be playing through Infinite on the hardest difficulty, 1999 mode, which I may regret. I've done it twice before, so it can be done, but I'll go on a limb and say that Bioshock's 1999 mode for Infinite is harder than Bioshock 1 and 2 on the hardest difficulties. Bioshock Infinite is hard because there's no harm, no foul when you die with the Vita Chamber. After Infinite, you should Final Fantasy X-2. I think after Infinite, I'm going to go back to like the regular schedule where like Mondays is Metal Gear Mondays, Tuesday and Wednesdays is Assassin's Creed, Thursday and Friday I haven't decided yet. I have it somewhere. Do I have it? No. I sold. Okay, so I sold my PS3 version of 10 and 10.2, but I have it on PS4. I just have to download it again. So my original plan was Dead Space would be Thursdays and Fridays. The Dead Space 1 Platinum is not super challenging. The Dead Space 2 Platinum is almost impossible. It's just because in Dead Space 2 Platinum, you basically have to beat the whole game only dying 3 times. Geoff Keighley? What did he get a special thanks for? Just being Geoff Keighley? I do like how the last thing you see of Rapture is the sunrise. I think it goes back to the title screen. Yeah, it goes back to the title screen. No post-credit sequence or anything like that. I don't know. Bioshock 2 I think was a bit underwhelming. Now, first things first, we have to sync. 60 platinums. I'm going to have to update